The real reason why the Pittsburgh Steelers did not even consider drafting cornerback Christian Gonzalez of Oregon when he fell to the Steelers in the first round is revealed. So, heading into the draft, the Steelers had two main needs on our roster, and that we knew was going to be a first round pick, either offensive tackle or cornerback. And the Pittsburgh Steelers obviously decided to go with a franchise left tackle that they hope will be their guy in Broderick Jones. But Christian Gonzalez, he fell in the first round. And heading into the draft, he was a consensus top 2 cornerback in this year's draft. Him and Devin Witherspoon were the main two guys. But he went third at cornerback, even behind Emmanuel Forbes, to Washington, which was a shocker. So, when the Steelers traded up, many thought it was either going to be for Broderick Jones or even him falling. Christian Gonzalez trading up for. But the Steelers did not even consider drafting Christian Gonzalez. And before I get even into this video on talking why it wasn't even a possibility for the Steelers, let me just say this. Obviously, the Steelers had a great draft and one of the best in the NFL. I'm just saying this and making this video if you are wondering why Christian Gonzalez wasn't even considered as a pick. Many of you wanted Christian Gonzalez, as you said in my comments, and even me personally, before I even knew who was going to fall to the Steelers at pick number 32, I also wanted Christian Gonzalez. But now that we had a great draft, I'm not going to complain. But this video is based on why we didn't even consider him. So, Christian Gonzalez. He met with Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers before the draft. Obviously, the Steelers are doing their research on the top guys at cornerback in the draft. And when they met with Christian Gonzalez, Mike Tomlin asked a question. And this question really switched everything for him at the position. He asked him why he transferred. So, if you didn't know, Christian Gonzalez, he transferred to Oregon after beginning his career in Colorado. And Gonzalez explained that he was simply just following his position coach to his new school. And Tomlin apparently was hoping to hear him say something along the lines of facing better competition as the reason why he transferred. And he was really underwhelmed by Gonzalez's answer that he just followed his positional coach to a new team. And also, apparently later that day that he met with Gonzalez, Tomlin was heard telling one of the Steelers stars in Minkah Fitzpatrick, the free safety, that he didn't think Gonzalez had the competitive edge that they wanted to see in him, and that they wouldn't be seeing him again, and basically that they wouldn't be drafting him. And this was reported by Sports Illustrated, so it's a reliable source. So if you're like me and wondering why a guy who was one of the top cornerbacks in this year's draft, and a guy that checked basically every box that you look for in a cornerback, a tall, long, athletic corner who's able to run really well and play press and man, if you're wondering why the Steelers did not even consider him, that's the reason. The reason why Mike Tomlin, he didn't like his interview, and the reason why the Steelers went in a different direction. And like I said, we obviously didn't know who would fall to the Steelers at pick number 32, who would fall to the Steelers in later rounds. So, this being the reason, I get it. Mike Tomlin, he wants competitive guys, and he could have wanted to hear a different answer. And also, I get it as well. You don't want a guy who's just going to transfer to follow his coach, and that being the answer wasn't really a great one. You want a guy to say, hey, I moved schools because I want a bigger opportunity to go against the best guys, and I felt as though that division that I moved to had more competitive guys, and it would be able to showcase my skills more and have me play more at an elite level, facing better competition. But him saying he followed his positional coach there, I guess Mike Tomlin wasn't really expecting that answer, and he didn't want that. But obviously that's not the only reason. Of course, that's one of the reasons, but getting a guy at left tackle, one of the top 2 left tackles in this year's draft, either Paris Johnson or Broderick Jones, was probably seen as a must for the Steelers because there's really no more offensive tackles left in the draft who could be starters from day one. And apparently, if the Steelers did not trade up to pick number 14, the Jets at number 15 were going to select Broderick Jones anyway. So the Steelers would have not gotten their franchise guy at left tackle, who they hope to be a starter for a long time. They would have had to wait until later in the draft and get a developmental guy, or maybe not even get a guy at offensive tackle at all, because the depth in that area in this year's draft was so low. And also, I've seen many say, since the Steelers traded with the New England Patriots, and the Patriots slid all the way back to 17, where the Steelers would have picked, and since the Patriots did select Christian Gonzalez with the Steelers' original first-round pick, I've seen people already say that those two, Christian Gonzalez and Broderick Jones, And the Pittsburgh Steelers and Patriots picks will now always be compared to each other because they were traded for each other and because the Steelers and the Patriots are a rival team. So now those picks, I believe, even though they're completely different positions, now they're always going to be compared to each other. If one person does good, if one person does bad, now it'll always be this thing by the fans to bring up one of those selections. Now, if Broderick Jones does bad and doesn't really pan out for the Steelers, one will say, why didn't the Steelers just wait and trade up for Christian Gonzalez or just wait until he fell to them at 17? And if Christian Gonzalez does bad and Broderick Jones does good, the saying for the Patriots fans will probably be, why didn't we just make a pick at 14? Why did we have to trade back in the draft again? Bill Belichick loves trading back in the draft. Why did we have to do it again and make a waste of a pick? So these two will always be compared to each other, but hopefully both of them pan out for both teams. Even though I'm not a big fan of the Patriots, and he's a rival team, so I never want to see the Patriots do good, I am a fan of Christian Gonzalez, so hopefully both picks pan out for each team, and Christian Gonzalez and Broderick Jones do good for their teams. All in all, I believe this draft for the Pittsburgh Steelers was a success. It's from round 1 all the way to round 7. They're able to get their franchise left tackle in the first round, but they're also able to hopefully get their franchise cornerback in the second round, a guy who they did not expect to fall to them in Joey Porter Jr., a guy they really like a lot. So even though they were not even thinking about getting Christian Gonzalez, they're able to get a guy they really like in Joey Porter Jr. at pick number 32, who no one expected to fall to us at that pick. So franchise left tackle and franchise cornerback in our first 2 picks. And this draft was a success for the first year of Omar Khan. This is his first draft as general manager, and it was also the first draft for Andy Weidl coming in as assistant general manager and a new generation of front office for the Steelers. So overall, this draft, I believe, was a success, but you let me know down in the comments below. How do you feel about this draft overall? Without even knowing the rest of our draft, did you want Broderick Jones in the first round, or did you want Christian Gonzalez? I know you thinking about the draft, how it panned out, but just put that to a side. If the draft did not pan out how it did, who did you want? I know this draft is a success, like I said, but did you want Broderick Jones, or did you want Christian Gonzalez? Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on those two, and also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if you like serious content and analysis and reports. Like the video, turn on post notifications down below for this channel as well, so you get notified whenever I post the next Steelers video. I covered all of free agency, I covered all the draft, every selection from round 1 to round 7, I covered it. So if you want to see all those videos and all the introductions for the new Steelers, go watch it on the channel down below. But just because the draft is over doesn't mean the Steelers are done adding to their team. So everything they do from now on, from training camp, season, everything, just know I'm on it. So like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.